for those of you who specifically came to this video to find out what the situation is with Walter's Audi, they are fixing the car and they are 100% taking care of it, and they are going to fix the mistake that they did with scratching the intake cover on my Audi R8. Now, they were very careful not to take ownership for the actual scratch what happened. Basically, during my conversation with them, they specifically stated that they did not own up to the situation, but because I said that it was done at the dealership, that they are going to take care of it. Which, okay, at the end of the day, my car is going to get fixed and restored back to the way it was, so I am happy with the resolution. Now, for those of you who want to kind of stick around a little bit and hear the story in full, here is what happened with my situation with Walter's Audi. Now, I had originally put together a 10-minute video of my whole situation, and after editing process and going through and watching it, I really felt like it was just me sitting talking to a camera for about 10 minutes or so, and it really sounded like I was just complaining over the situation that happened. Now, at the end of the day, they put a scratch in my pride and joy, and it really did upset me over the fact that they really didn't take care of my car when it was at their dealership. Thank you guys, my Instagram followers, for getting the story out, because it really captured the attention of Walter's Audi. In fact, they mentioned on the phone call that they saw the video and they really wanted to make it right because they really understood the fact that this situation could have gone differently. Like I said at the beginning, they didn't take responsibility for the scratch what happened, which leads me to believe they are not going to dig any deeper. They're not going to go to their service department. They're not going to go talk to their guys, and they're not going to say, hey, this is what happened. They're going to own up to the situation by fixing it, and I really think that's where that's going to stop. And I'm hoping that me putting this video out is going to really allow them to kind of dig deeper and look at themselves as the luxury brand that Audi kind of is really known to be. Now, I live in the state of California. Their business is in the state of California, which really kind of puts me in a situation for making a YouTube video based off of what my experience was. Now, in my state of California, it is a two-party consent for a telephone call, which means that I cannot record a telephone call without both parties consenting or letting them know that I'm recording the telephone call. Now, when you call a business, specifically in the state of California, you actually do get a message that states, for quality assurance, this phone call may be recorded.
Your call may be recorded.
Hey Chris, it's Andrew with the Audi R8. I'm just giving you a call to see if you've been getting my messages at all. In my case, they actually called me, both the general manager and service manager. They got on the phone and they made the phone call to me, which doesn't really allow me to say, hey, I am going to record this phone call. It doesn't have that little setup where it allows me to let them know that I am recording the phone call. Now, if I would have reached out to them, called them, and got that little message, then definitely yes, I would have been able to record the phone call. But unfortunately, because I'm in the state of California, it doesn't really allow for that. So during this video, I will show you what I can as far as how the situation played out. I did get a voicemail from them, which I'm allowed to show because they definitely left this voicemail over a recording. So I can definitely show everything that is contained within that voicemail.
Hi, it's Stacy over at Walter's Audi. Hey, Andrew, can you give me a call back? We may be playing phone tag for a little bit. Chris was out sick. I noticed that you did try to reach out to him. I won't have an answer for you on the valve cover till tomorrow.
So what I really wanted this video to do is I wanted Walter's Audi to take the feedback that I was giving them and really take a step back and look at their business, because they really do pride themselves on customer service. I wanted them to understand where I was coming from and the perspective of the customer. A little bit about my background. I also come from an industry that is a luxury brand industry, which means that customer service is huge because customers come to you to pay a lot of money for that brand that they are purchasing. Now, my specific industry was engagement rings. And for me to lay the groundwork for you to kind of understand where I'm coming from and how my expectations are set up, and being the consumer and being the purchaser, I want to tell a story based off of what I have come to believe and what I have come to expect from customer service. Now, throughout a person's lifetime, there are three big purchases that one will make during that lifetime. One, becoming a homeowner and purchasing a house. Two, buying a vehicle. And three, buying a ring for the one that you love and the one that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Now, if you were going to put those three in order, one may believe that buying a house is the biggest purchase that you can make in a lifetime. And that is because it is the most expensive purchase that one would make in a lifetime. However, one can argue that it's definitely not the most important purchase in a lifetime. Let me dig deeper and kind of explain a little bit more in detail for you. When you walk into an engagement ring store, you are walking in to purchase something for the love of your life. It is for a lifetime commitment. It is not for a 5-year contract, where most give it up in 2, like in an automobile. Although some of you, maybe, I don't know, 2 years and done, but no judgment here. So you really want the experience to be perfect when you're picking out this ring, because you have that perfect significant other. You want the ring that's going to be on their finger to be perfect. You want them to love it just as much as they love you, because at the end of the day, they're gonna go off and show this ring to their friends. They are creating a memory in the engagement that is going to last a lifetime. They're going to put the ring on their finger. They're gonna go and they're gonna brag to their friends about their diamond and about how awesome you are for picking out that ring for them, and how much they love you and cannot wait to spend the rest of their lives with you. And the third one, a house. Studies show that people only stay in houses for 5 to 7 years and then they move on. So an engagement ring definitely is the biggest purchase that someone can make in their lifetime. Now, a little bit about my background. I worked in management, I worked in marketing, I worked in social media, and I worked in customer service at the engagement ring store. We were the face-to-face interactions with the people coming in the door. And to be honest with you, some of the faces when people walked in, their faces went from smiles to complete blank, because it can be an overwhelming experience when you are making this purchase. I've actually had a guy walk in, look around the store, see everything that hit him, all of the visuals, all of these shiny things, turned pitch white and said, I cannot do this, turned around and walked out, and we never saw him again. So yes, indeed, this experience should be one to last a lifetime. So the first thing that happens when they walk in the door, they are greeted and they are told up front that this can be an overwhelming experience, but our job here is to really help you through the process. Talk about your relationship with your significant other, find out what her likes are, what your likes are, talk about what your relationship is like. That way we can narrow down, find the perfect ring for both you and her, and really make it about the experience.
So Andrew, tell me the whole story on how you met your girlfriend.
Oh yes, of course. So we met in a bar. Ah, classic, a bar. The classic one night stand turned into a lifetime commitment.
I'd give it 1 year.
Actually, I was gonna say barn. She was there completing her veterinary's graduate program, and I was there with my elementary school students on a field trip. So after choosing that perfect ring, and we know that she's going to love the engagement ring,
We have here what we call the mega diamond. It's only $250,000.
it is now time for the ring to go into the quote-unquote service department. In other words, the jeweler, to set the diamond and to size the ring specifically to her finger so we know it's going to fit her finger when you slip it on for the first time. Now that process sometimes can take a few days, and it is our job to ask up front what your plans are with the proposal and how soon you plan on proposing.
So tell me, how do you plan to propose?
Ah, yes. So I have made reservations at her favorite restaurant. It was the restaurant that we went to on our very first date.
Oh, kind of corny doing it in a restaurant, don't you think?
Actually, her grandfather used to take her there when she was a little girl, and he's dead. Typically, it's within a couple of months, but sometimes we have a couple of days. Men are really known for procrastinating and waiting until the last minute. So sometimes they come in and they have this whole extravagant proposal plan in the next couple of days, and it is our job to make sure that it goes off without a hitch. Let's say this client is gonna be proposing this Saturday. They've made reservations at her favorite restaurant. It is gonna be an experience that she's gonna have for a lifetime. Her family's flying in from Florida. Your family's gonna be there. It is gonna be this big, huge ordeal, and you want it to be perfect. So me, as the jeweler, we need to make sure that our customer service is top notch and we deliver this ring on time in order for his proposal to go off without a hitch. I go to the jeweler, I talk to him, talk about a promise date, and he actually is a few days out as far as promise dates goes, and we are looking at Saturday morning. Now, Saturday evening is the day of the proposal, and my jeweler is telling me that he can have this ring done, diamond set, size for her finger size by Saturday morning. So I go back to the client and I say, I have great news. Your proposal is gonna go off without a hitch. We are going to have your ring for you Saturday morning. I am going to personally call you Saturday morning when your ring is done. I will have it boxed up, ready to go for you to come in, pick it up. One last thing for you to worry about, stress about. I know that you're thinking about the proposal, what you're going to say in the proposal, and it is a very nerve-wracking situation, and it is my job to make it much more easier on you. So the customer leaves satisfied with his purchase.
Only $250,000? I'll take it.
Satisfied with the ring that he picked out, satisfied with the time frame of him knowing that his proposal is going to happen. His whole plan is coming to fruition, and he is going to get down on one knee and he's going to propose to the love of his life. So let's just say, just like in my case when I had my car at this dealership, and I didn't know this until having a conversation with the general manager and the service manager. Let's just say, for instance, I'm the one who sold this client the ring. Saturday comes, I'm not feeling good. good, I get sick, and I'm not going to be able to make it into work that day. We all have jobs, we all get sick, we have children, and we can really understand and we can relate to the situation of being sick. On the other hand, the client's proposal is still going to happen Saturday night. So imagine a case where this client thinks that his ring is going to be done and finished Saturday morning, thinks he's going to be getting a phone call, is stressing about the proposal, and that doesn't happen because I didn't go into work and I wasn't feeling good that day, and that phone call just didn't happen. Imagine the thoughts that are going through his head where the ring's not finished, the proposal is going to be ruined. It is just a stressful situation that nobody wants to be put through. So thank goodness we work in an industry where we have more than one person that can handle that phone call. They can pick up the phone, they can say, "Hello, Mr. Customer, your ring has been completed. I know I am not the person who originally you worked with, but I want to promise you that we took great care of your ring and the jeweler has completed it, and now it is time to put it on her finger." So again, rewatching the video that I put together, it allowed me to kind of reflect on myself and what I was saying. I didn't want to put this out in the social media world. I'm not the type of person to be a Karen and go out and complain over the fact that my hamburger wasn't cooked the way that I wanted it to be cooked. That's just not me. But when it comes to my pride and joy, when it comes to something that I've put a lot of time and effort into acquiring in my lifetime, my expectation is above where the normal line is of where typical business fall under in the customer service realm. Imagine working for a business that is all about loving the customer, creating that experience, regardless of the industry you're in. You can have that in the automotive world, and I don't expect that from Ford. When I take my truck to the Ford dealer, I don't expect that. But when I'm paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for a vehicle, as you guys can see, my expectations for that, because I come from an industry that is all about making that love experience happen, my expectations are on a whole nother level. Now again, I know they're an automotive dealer. However, they can take the feedback, they can take recommendations and kind of tweak what's going on in their business model and really turn this around, turn this experience around, because at the end of the day, you don't know who's on the other side of that counter. You don't know if it's somebody who has 4,000 followers, which is about where my audience is at, or if they have 1 million followers on social media and their story is going to get out to 1 million people. So I want to say thank you for tuning into this episode of Hot Wheels Dad. I want to ask that you please give it a thumbs up. YouTube just did an update where when you smash the thumbs up button, it turns into a bunch of confetti, and it is a really cool feature. Also give this video a subscribe. It really does help me out. It helps my channel get out to more and more people. Please leave a comment in the comment box down below about what you think of everything that is talked about in this video. Check out my social pages, Hot Wheels Dad, on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Always remember, you are the maker of your own story, so don't forget to make it legendary. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh my gosh, welcome back in. Tell me, how did the engagement go? I'm so excited to hear about it. Oh, she said no? What's our return policy? Probably because you did it in a restaurant.